Hi everyone, I'm Chef George and welcome to My Greek Kitchen. Today I'm cooking a Mediterranean dish with the key ingredient, olives. Today we'll be using black Kalamata olives, and our dish will be called spaghetti alla puttanesca. This is a wonderful, light, quick, easy meal to make during lunches and impromptu dinners. In puttanesca, our key ingredients are going to be European olives. We're using black Kalamata olives today. We're also going to use some capers, anchovy fillets. We're going to use white onion. Don't forget to chop that up, dice it nice and fine. Same goes for 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to be using crushed tomato puree, salt and pepper for seasoning, crushed red pepper for that little kick, extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm using spaghetti number 9. Of course, you could use whatever pasta you like. And then for our fresh herbs, we're using chopped parsley, and also we're chiffonading a couple basil leaves. You want to get all your ingredients ready, because once your pan gets hot, you want to work quickly. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to chop your onion and your garlic. I've already done that. We're going to take some olives. We're going to get the pitted ones because they're easy to cut, a lot easier. They're easy to work with. I love using pitted olives because they're just so much easier to work with. The pit in the olive, it's just too much of a hassle. These olives, black olives from Kalamata, they're so ripe and they're so flavorful and they're so savory and they're really good for this dish. Green olives wouldn't work as well because you have that green unripened flavor. You want a nice ripe flavor and you want to use a good olive oil. Nice ripe flavors, not very acidic, not very green and unripened. Let's use about half a cup of olives. You always want to put your fingers facing down so that way you don't cut yourself accidentally. You're just going to cut everything into rings. And voila, there you go, half a cup of chopped olives. Let's just put that back in our plate and then chop up our capers and our anchovies next. So I like using anchovies. Not everybody likes them though. So what I like to do is I like to chop them up nice and fine so that they go unnoticed. Next, capers. Also another very savory flavor. Capers are a little bit salty also, just like the anchovies and the olives. So I like to suggest that you only add salt at the very end with this dish because it will be very seasoned, very strong seasoning. We're done. I got all my ingredients ready. Let's get over to our stovetop so that we can get our pasta boiling and our sauce started. All right guys, we're at our stovetop now. The water is boiling. We're about to drop our pasta in. I did put some oil inside. You know, pasta is very simple to eat. All you have to do is once your pot comes to a boil, you add a little oil, add a little salt, you know, and let the rest do its work. So we got that going. It's already getting soft. All right, perfect. You always want to boil your pasta with a closed lid, so that way it boils faster and it boils more evenly all around. Next up, we have our sauce. Pasta you want to cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to go past al dente. It's time for olive oil. You want to put medium to high heat. Once it gets nice and toasty, then you're going to want to add your onions and garlic. To know that it's ready, it's going to start sizzling up real soon. I like to use a spoon. It gets everything nice and even. Your onions are just gonna sweat for just a few minutes. Once you drop your onions in and your garlic and it starts sizzling, you know that your oil is ready. You wanna brown it just a little bit, not too much, because then it will start to taste bitter. Nice and even, medium heat. Let's check on our pasta, see how that's doing. Ooh, hot. Pasta looks good. I'd say about a few more minutes. We're at al dente. And now it's olive time. It's almost brown and we're ready to add our olives. This smells so good. We got all these savory ingredients. We got capers, anchovy, olive. Yum. Stir it until it's nice and brown. And then you're just gonna add once your onions start to sweat just a little bit and they're nice and soft, then you know you're ready to add your tomato sauce. So this sauce is not all about the onion, this sauce is all about the olive. Now that our onions are nice and soft, olives look nice and soft, we're gonna add in our sauce. This looks so delicious. So I'm stirring in our tomato sauce, incorporating it with our olives and our other ingredients, olives, capers, anchovies, onions and garlic. We're just cooking that down. All right, guys, so now you're gonna have to stir for another 5 to 10 minutes until your sauce comes together, starts cooking. You wanna put this on a medium heat, medium high, and you wanna let that cook down until all your flavors come together. In the meantime, our pasta should be done. Guys, to really know how you like your pasta, I personally like it al dente. It's a little bit firm. Some people like it a little bit softer, some people like it a little bit firmer. Always want to say al dente is your midpoint. Now our sauce is starting to bubble. We want to put it on low for another 10 minutes at least. All right, so it's looking here like it's nice and thick. It's actually a little bit too thick for my liking, so what I like to do is I'm gonna add a spoonful of seasoned pasta water. The pasta water is already seasoned. It has oil and it has salt. That way you're adding something with a lot more flavor. Now you see the sauce is actually starting to thin out a little bit and it looks more like an actual sauce. So this is gonna cook down a little bit more. We're gonna taste it for seasoning and we're there. It's time to remove our pasta from the fire. Oh, this is hot. All right, so our pasta is cooked. We've strained our water. We're about to add it to our sauce. You don't want to run water through your pasta because it kills the seasoning of your pasta water. Guys, it's time to try our sauce. It's looking great. It's almost done. It's time to try it for some seasoning. Let's see. Very good. I do like it a little bit more spicy though. So a key ingredient to add would be chopped red pepper flakes. 1 teaspoon is good. We're also going to add fresh parsley and also some basil. And we're going to use this again as our garnish at the end. Sauce is ready. Now it's time to check it for one final seasoning. It does need a little salt and pepper. A little salt. Stirring in the salt and pepper. Our sauce is done. Time to close our fire and add our pasta. Now we're gonna add our pasta to our sauce. Make sure it's drained real well. And just dump it in. And then with my trusty tongs, I'm just gonna toss that in. And toss it until the sauce is everywhere and the pasta is covered. There you have it, folks. Our spaghetti alla puttanesca is ready with your capers and your olives and your fresh parsley and your tomato sauce, and it's looking so good and it smells delicious. Well, there you have it. Spaghetti alla puttanesca, a Mediterranean dish made with European olives. Final touch, don't forget to garnish your food with your fresh parsley that's left over. And there you have it. See you next time.